don't care where you're from, we don't care. Hata kuna watu walisema hata kama ni gunia ya viazi itakaa state house, as long as it delivers, that is fine. If it's an alien coming down from Mercury or Pluto or wherever, let him come down and deliver. That is what people want. People want leadership. Too much politics has been played on in our country, and that is what we are done with. We want delivery of services on the mandate of the people.
One of the most powerful videos I've ever seen in my life was wananchi they are walking towards the gunshots. Every gunshot wanalala, wanangojea, wanaamka, wanaendelea. They are doing that for us. They are doing that for our country.
Man.
I don't know if any one of you, I'm sure all of you saw the video of the people approaching parliament, and every shot that rang, they laid on the ground and then kept moving. They were approaching the gunshots.
Yeah.
That was one of the most powerful videos I've ever seen in my life. Was wananchi they are walking towards the gunshots. Every gunshot wanalala, wanangojea, wanaamka, wanaendelea. They are doing that for us. They are doing that for our country.
Man.
And the least we can do is post and show up to a protest if there's one next to you. If there's one next to you, hata 1 or 2 hours endesha. Kuna watu walitoka New Jersey na West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Yeah, the least you can do is just show up to a protest or just post about it. If there's no protest near you, just post about it. Bring attention to it. Because watu wameshutiwa huko nyumbani, watu wameface gunshots, watu wameface snipers for the freedom of our country. So please don't sit silent, especially when wamekuwa huko Diani na 1824 na wanaenda kuchapa sherehe every December nyumbani, na wanapost bracelet, wanapost mandovu huko Masai Mara, wanasema I'm so proud of my country, I love my country Kenya, and then say wananyamaza. You guys, you need to be at the forefront of this with us. We shouldn't be alone. We're not alone currently, but there's many more people outside there who can join us. So please, yeah.
Okay, you know, when you talked about that image of you know, like people approaching parliament, gunshots coming, they were laying down and still approaching, they were not running away. It reminded me of that song, Eric Wainaina. I can't remember the name of the song, but when he talks about hawakushtushwa na risasi ama kupelekwa magerezani. Daima. Yeah. So I mean, that was such a powerful image, and I never thought, you know, like people would be that brave. Like you can see your killer, like you're in view with your killer. You're face to face, but you're unarmed and you're still approaching. What was running your mind when you're seeing people, you know, like approach parliament, and they're snipers, you know, not only on the ground but even on the top of buildings, but these guys were still moving?
Actually, that was a very touchy scene, because if you think about it, like si ati hawa wase hawana familia nyumbani. There are people who have kids, they have mothers. Mwingine like ako hapo mbele like anaangalia kifo, but he's like, he and she is like, we are marching forward, we have to take back our parliament. And the reason, and we actually need to understand why these people were doing this. And I will go to chapter 6, article 73, on the responsibilities of every public, you know, those MPs and CSS. And the first one, it says, whatever you do should be consistent to the purposes of the Constitution. Number 2 is that you should demonstrate respect to the people. And number 3, that is clause 1. And number 2 is you should promote public confidence in the integrity of the people. Now, when you look at that, we've had cases whereby MPs are like, people are being paid 2 million to vote for the finance bill. Now you look at that, which integrity is that? We look at the members of parliament who are in there. You know, when I grew up, parliament was a very
respectable.
Was a respectable place. Yes. Like it was like the oracles lived there, or rather it was like a god was in there. But now you look at the members of parliament that are in there today, and I will mention just a few. A member, and this actually shows the incompetence of the people that we voted in. And one recent thing that will really open your eyes on how we've sunk leadership. You know, there's leadership and there's politics, but we've made everything political. When you see Kimani, the Molo MP, was chairing the committee on the finance.
Kuria Kimani.
Yeah. Kuria Kimani a few weeks ago was in Molo, and he was supposed to talk about illegal liquor in his constituency. and this guy showed up drunk that he could not even walk.
Alibebwa.
So
my
a member
goodness.
of parliament coming not to talk
Right.
about any other thing but liquor in the constituency and the defects,
it's
and then he shows up drunk.
He had only one job,
One job.
not to show up drunk.
And that is a member of parliament who is
Yeah.
in there is presenting a very, very critical body, and like this is a guy who we expect him to plan on how we're gonna reach our tax targets in the coming year and things like that. So that is how low we've sunk.
Wow.
We look at our speaker, Mr. Wetangula. A few years ago, he was on the headlines because of some scamming going on with some Dubai prince or something.
Yes.
That is the guy who heads all the MPs that have been voted by the people. Mind you, these are representatives of the people. These people represent over 50 million Kenyans, and then they are being aided by someone whose integrity is at stake or is questionable. Now, when did the rain start beating us? The rain started beating us when we started compromising some clauses and articles in the constitution. Because in the Integrity Act, for example, if you've been caught or you have a graft case going on, you cannot run. You cannot
Yes.
be cleared to run by the IBC. We look at the Eurobond. The current treasury CS Ndungu. It was the governor when the Eurobond was stolen. But now we have recycled the same people now, and then they put them back in the government. They still, the graft charges go away, you put them back in the government. Now, how are we supposed to move forward? So those people marching forward, they know like the choices that are being made in the August House are no longer honorable. So
Wow.
that is why they march forward. They want proper policies to be enacted. They want democratic votes, and we also go back to this party politics because now we realize that party politics have been like a business in Kenya,
Yes.
whereby and I'll mention one constituency, Ndiwa constituency in the previous elections.
What counties are in?
Is it Homa Bay? I think
Ndiwa. Okay.
Ndiwa.
It's in one of the Nyanza counties. Yeah. Mhm.
So a guy was given a wild card to run. There was no nominations for him just because of his affiliations to Baba. I mean, and I'm not talking about Baba only, but in all other
parties, it's become common.
It's become common.
Yeah.
So then the people
Better leave Baba alone, Bwana.
wewe tuliza mbegu. Wewe kwanza, you're not here. Kevo endelea.
So you realize that like the political parties are being auctioned. So people, if there was another better option for someone else to contend for the same seat and deliver to the people, but then the parties auctioned some seats, maybe by whatever reason that may be exhibited, I don't know why, but they auction the people through certain individuals. And another thing is the kingpin politics, whereby wanakuja wanasema hapa tutapiga suti kutoka juu mpaka chini. Kama wewe uko kwa hii chama unaenda nje. Six piece.
Yeah.
And now mind you, they've been alleged that some of these nominations are rigged. So even if you run and you have the interest of the people at heart, then you don't know. Sometimes you don't go to, not because the people didn't vote for you, but because the party politics were played and someone else was chosen over you. So to get over all these things, we need to enforce Chapter 6 of the Constitution, and these politics of kingpin. Kwanza sisi watu wameamua mambo ya ukabila hatutaki. Going forward, we umetoka wapi, sijui ni wapi, we just need people who deliver on the mandate of the people. We don't care where you are from, we don't care. Hata kuna watu walisema hata kama ni gunia ya viazi itakaa state house. As long as it delivers, that is fine. If it's an alien coming down from Mercury or Pluto or wherever, let him come down and deliver. That is what people want. People want leadership. Too much politics has been played on in our country, and that is what we are done with. We want delivery of services and the mandate of the people. It's a democratic nation for the people and by the people. So people want to be represented and they want promises delivered.
Wow.
Gunia viazi ita deliver french fries.
Ama huyu Kelvin asirudi Kenya, lakini sikusema hivyo. No.